again with Tales of a Cottage Diary. So what I haven't sewn anything in, I haven't sewn anything just as of yet. I just wanted to go through a few of the things that I've chosen, I've picked out for some of the tabs, for the tip in, and you know, just generally some stuff just to pop throughout the actual journal. So I've just I'm not 100% sure how. I mean, I know this lemon one, this yellow one's a little bit too much, but then when you've taken it away, it sort of mutes it down a bit. But I just thought perhaps that would be a nice little perhaps a little tab on the side where you only just get that little bit of snippet in the side there. See how it's not showing so much? So yeah, so I've got some, I'm still working it out, as I said. So we've got some of these that we could potentially use for the what do you call it, the tabs on the side. And then I've got some old curtain. Now this was actually dyed, oh gosh, when I actually had my little stall about 10 years ago, I think it was. I had this sectioning of my area and it was all dyed up green to have that shabby sort of chic look. But anyway, I've cut off a piece. I don't know if I'm going to use it. We'll see how it goes. So there's that. There's some of this that I'm going to move these out of the way so you can see. And then there's this here, which is a sheer with embroidered, floral embroidered, I can't even speak again, properly. I know it's speak, but you know. Anyway, so we've got this one here that could potentially be for a tip-in, I'm thinking of, because I think that's nice and beautiful and sheer, and it sort of lends to the color palette of the journal. So we've got that. So that's 2 pieces of fabric there. So, and then we've got this blue ribbon, which I was thinking again with one of the side tabs as well. So I'm just trying to keep it very soft and muted. This is I just left it. This was left over, and I just wove it and glued and stuck it down. So I don't know. I might use this somehow for, you know, like a little booklet, or perhaps a tag or something like that. So yeah. So I just thought I'd use that somehow in this as well. So we've got these going on. I can't stack properly right now. Okay, and I've got an old tablecloth. I'm just going to use this as one of the tip-ins. I just thought that was quite nice. I don't know if I'm going to use the actual full-on flower with the blue, but I do like that green with a very little bit of blue on there. So that's always fun, I think. I also have a few trimmings going on here. I'm thinking, you know, these all lend to that color palette. And the reason why I chose the blue on this is because some of the, you know, the pages in here have got that blue in the center, which, you know, like this here. So that's why I sort of thought, well, I'll try to incorporate that. So we've got this blue trim. I'm thinking at the top of a tip-in, you know, running across, or perhaps sew it down the side of the page. So we've got that. We've also got this one here, which is a very sheer, delicate. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I'm just thinking that would be really stunning, whether use some for a tab and also sewing down the side some of the pages, and perhaps on another tip-in or something like that. And then there's this one here, which has got a bit of a it's almost like it's cream, like it's yellowing. Yes, I did pay $3 for the whole thing, and I just thought that would be quite nice as well, because it's almost got a very faint lemon color to it, probably just off-white, off-cream, whatever. And then I thought I would bring in some of this Indian bling bling. I was able to grab quite a few of these. Actually, No, I didn't. I don't think. Did I pay for that? I don't think I did actually, because there's a place that I go to where you could fill up a massive box for $50. So, and I was able to get this, which is absolutely stunning. So, and this is right back last year sometime I did that, or the beginning of this year. And I've got a thing for all of these different types of Indian sparkle things. You're probably right back from when I did my very first journal, which was the Gypsy journal, that overpacked Love of Goodness, which I kind of wish I kept it now as a reference. I know somebody bought it up in Queensland, I think it was. But yes, it would have been nice to have kept that. So that way I can always got the video to go back on. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm thinking that color to go with it, because see how it sort of looks like it's green on this end, but then it goes out to that blue. I just think it would make a lovely addition. And I don't know, I might even think about putting it down the edge on the front cover, to add that blue in. We will work this out. Then I've actually got some muslin also for some of the tags that, you know, with the tags that I'm going to make out of, as you know, all of these wonderful things in here. So the muslin was actually dyed with dried olive leaves. Yeah, these were with dried olive leaves. One was soaking in, I think, a week, and the other one was sort of like a dip in, just to give it that very faint, creamy, sort of almost, it's almost like when it's open, it's almost like it's white, but it's, as you can see, with it all bunched up, it's all lovely and creamy. And anyway, so I thought I would add that as well into that. So we will try and work it out, the next step. And I've got some of the seam binding again, and yeah, so we're going to sew on the tabs. I'm going to cut out some of the tabs, and then yeah, we're going to go and get some sewing on. Okay. Tales of a Cottage Diary. We have, as you know, picking up from yesterday. I didn't get a chance because my battery died, and then of course it's going to die soon again. So what we need to do is that we need to get and work out for each signature which is going to go where, what tabs are going to go where. And I'm thinking I am thinking that I actually might put this down the side of the journal. I kind of think it looks really kind of cute. Might not look like that up on the screen, but you know. But I'm just thinking, just a little bit of bling bling here, there, everywhere. So anyway, I'm going to start off with, we need to start this process of adding all of these, now we've already got these cut, so that's fine. We need to put these away. So I've actually cut off enough to go through, and I'm thinking I may sew some, and I'm thinking that I might just staple some on, you know, sort of because of the you know, it takes too much time to sew everything, but I do like that sewn look. So let's just, we're just preparing all of these before we go over to the sewing machine and start. I kind of like that all creased, and you know, I like adding interest where it's just all curled up and you just sew it like that. Okay, let's just get that into its own little thing. And then yes, we've got like our little tip-ins. We've got to work out where they go. Okay, that's another tab. Actually, I'm thinking this one I might cut long ways, because this one I think I might tie on some, to actually tie on, what are these things called, lovey? Okay, so we got stopped. Okay, so I'm going to tie it on a couple of these. I actually left these kind of sitting too long. My father said to me, hey, are you going to like get those out anytime soon before they literally rot away? So yeah, I think so. So yes, they're a little bit gone, just a tad. Alright, so what else? This one actually got now, up here, I think I'm looking at maybe perhaps we add on a couple of little of these vintage flowers. I think that's a double one, headed one there. And maybe just dig it a little bit deeper. Oh, that's a monster one, I think. Sometimes I just pull them apart. I mean, that's a big beauty one, but I'm kind of thinking, one of these for a tab. What do you reckon? I think we cut one of them off. Yep, we can do it. Let's just do it. Cut that off. And I'm thinking perhaps one of these. Okay, the green one. What do you think? The green? I think the green will be good with it. I was going to go with the aquarine colour. You know what? I'm going to bring one of those out too. Yeah. We'll just use those flowers. I decided to get into my good stash of things. Anyway. Because you can't take it all with you, can you? And I'd rather share it out. Alright, so let's stop rambling on, and I'm going to do one tab on, one tab off, one tab on, maybe, I don't know, maybe sewn something in, you know, and we do that. Rather than me going ahead and showing you how to sew, which I'm pretty sure you know how to do that, I might just go ahead and do all of that and then come back, and then we will I might actually also sort out the tops of these, and yeah, that's the one, and have these all sewn so that way I can just glue those in rather than sewn and putting holes in the paper, too much holes in the paper. Yeah, maybe that might be kind of cute like that. I think that's kind of cute. So anyway, we will come back when I've got these all sewn. Okay, so I have set up my sewing machine, although I'm just in the process of just doing I don't know. I'm trying to thread this stupid thing. I never used to use that self threader thing because I didn't think I needed to, but now where I can't see and I'm like blind as a bat now, I have to. Okay, so we're just going to do a bit of a stitchy Rooney here, and we went on a little bit of a break then because I have only got 4% battery left. So best we get this on the go, better we? And let's get this going. You've seen people do all this sort of stuff before. I'm sure you don't need me to show you. And there we have the first little tip in. I might add a little, like a little jewel or something on here. And yeah, so that one's done. And let's put that on the top. And then we'll start the next one. Now this one I'm a little bit worried about because the layering is a lot thicker. So I'm going to just try and see if I can get it just on the edge of this blue bit here, rather than trying to, because I find that this actual cord is very it's very hard to get the sewing machine to go through. See how I take it so slow, I don't even reverse when I'm using that. I'm just trying to keep the jewels out of the way from here, from hitting. Worst case scenario, I might have to glue it down, but at this point we'll just take it easy and see, hopefully we can get that stitched. So we're just going to make the tip-ins first, and then we can start sewing up the sides of some of the pages and some of the tabs. But as I said, I might have to come back because of the fact that my iPad is going to run out. Yes, I use my iPad to record all my videos, and it's just sitting on one of those little things where you slide it in, and it's like what you get for your selfie sticks, but bigger. Anyway, so is that turned out beautiful? I'm actually really loving how that's turned out. It, like, this is not doing it justice. Having it here in front of me is just beautiful. So I just think, yeah, we just needed that little bit of blingy on the side there. And actual fact, in that just quickly, in that big box of 50, I was able to get these, like a whole, like literally a whole bunch of them, right? But they're all the same, and like a whole bunch of buttons. Now I'm actually doing them all up so that way I can sell boxes of buttons for you guys. So this is what I'm talking about. Let me just bring it up here so it's in the light. So these are them here. Look at, aren't they beautiful? It's just all of these, and they are Chardon roses. They're crystals, titania. I don't know. Anyway, I just love the paper that it was wrapped in as well, all of them. So I'm actually thinking one of these beauties, I think we might just stick one of them on there, you know, to give it that centerpiece for that flower, just to give it a little bit of bling. I think that might be the go. Yeah, I think that 100% can be the go. Let's just do that right now while we're on the camera here. Look at that, I forgot to open it up, so therefore it's just slightly tucked in there. But that's okay. Once this centerpiece goes on, that'll be cool. Alright, I've got my little trusty, my favorite glue, premium craft glue. Gosh, I'm so loving the area, how to be able to film now compared to how it was. I used to have to stack it up on a box, attach the arm to my paint sewing, well, it's an old sewing box, but I use it to hold some of my paints, and the arm used to just keep flopping all over the place, so I had to weigh it down. And yeah, but right here it's just amazing. I attach it to the shelving above, and it is literally holding everything, although it is a different one because it's like a seat clamp gripping onto the bench, whereas the other one was more like a dog clip. So there we go, I've just added that on. I might actually clean that up a little bit. Yeah, I think just got that. Oh yeah, there we go. I've got that. I just got to scrape that bit of glue that just stuck on there. Anyway, that'll be all cleared off. So yes, so we've got a little bit of blingy thing going on here, which is very exciting to go with that one, even though that one's gold. But it does. I mean, look at that. So they are pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So I'll put these back away. And actually, I might actually show you. I've got one here ready, like the button boxes that I've prepared to sell as well. Now these are all prepared. There we go. So these are all amazing. Let me just move this back a bit. Yeah. So I've prepared all of these, and they look pretty super stunning. And these are like almost like, I don't know, I think these are glass. These are stunning. And then there's these ones which are made from actual shells. These are actually made here in Australia. They're all come from those clams, and they've been honed down. Like, say for instance, seafood companies, they collect all the clams, etc., and then they turn them, another company turns them into these buttons, which is all that pearly effect. It's just beautiful. Like, look at that. Isn't it? I don't know if you can see that. See how it's got that difference in there. It's just slightly raised. I don't think you can see it, but anyway. Yeah, so that's like, there's a button, that's a button set. I've got, and there's quite a few of them. And look, don't despair if you miss out, because like at this stage I'll probably be having about maybe 8 or 10 of them. And then on top of that, I've got pink boxes. So the pink boxes are slightly different again, which I wonder if I can just grab one to show you. Actually, I won't be able to grab one and show you just now. You'll see them when they get posted up on the website. Actually, I feel bad because I'm not going to show it to you. But the problem is that it's literally up in the corner, and I'm so worried I'm going to knock down. Not knock down, but knock. That's out of the way. Alright, so this is the pink one. Alright, so it's a pink, like a little pink box, and then inside it, it's actually got, it's got pink, it's got green, whereas the other one, it doesn't, as you know, which I showed you. Yeah, so this one's got a bit of pink in there and a bit of green. So yes, so they're going to be listed soon as well. 10 to 12 on the black and about 3 to 4 on the pink. So that's exciting. Alrighty, that's not helping us, is it? We're already 10 minutes in and I've only sewn 2 things. So I'm going to pause this for a second and start sewing. I have getting ahead in. Or not sewn in, I beg your pardon. I have sewed all of the pages and it's absolutely stunning to look at. I'm actually loving the color palette. It's really calming. It's just really beautiful. So all of these signatures have not been sewn in yet, but that will be what I'll do today. I'm not going to show you that I'm going to sew them in, purely because, you know, I do show on other videos that I've done that they've been signatures are sewn in, and also you can see it online as well. So I am going to, pardon the pun, sew these in. I've got this big blowfly that's come in. I really want that thing gone out of here. So I will be back. But what we're going to do today is... Okay, so just a little quick one before I sew it together. I just wanted to show you. I've actually marked where the holes are going to go. I've left a little bit more of a gap here in case I wanted to insert like a little envelope or something with, you know, little bits of extra ephemera just to sort of sit in there when the journal's closed. But I also wanted to show you, this is obviously my cutting ruler, but I started with originally just using this section here where I marked up to create the center, and then of course the holes going out, and then of course each time I've got a different journal. I'm you know, I always mark it where the book end is, but yeah, it's the book end, yeah, so this one's a book end, that's book end, and then each time I might actually, depending on the size, I'll also have a different size book cover. So I just measure it out to make sure that it's kind of even when the sewing goes in. So anyway, that's just a little short thing that I want to tell you. I always do 3 and a half, even though that it may be too long. Better to have more than not enough, I say. So now I'll just measure up 4 of those for 4 different signatures. I've actually got the reel sitting on top of so I put the first one nice and tight. I always work from the center and then go out. So yeah, so it's a case of just making sure that all of these are lovely and tight. See that still feels a bit loose, so I liked it, and it went slightly off in the sewing of this one, not necessarily. It just made an extra bit of a hole just on this particular signature. Okay, so that's nice and tight. I give it again another bit of a pull tight while I take the first one and I pull up and then down. So that's 1. So I like to go 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for the book, or the journal in this case, and then obviously we do a bit of a, you know, because then if you want to add a few more pages, you can add and you can undo that if you like. So I generally like to let's take out these big ginormous paper clips. These are the best to holding your pages in. So, but you just got to be careful because the edges, I'm thinking about rounding them off because they just grab sometimes. So I just generally like to give it a bit of a push just to make sure that everything's all working nicely in the fold. And going back the other way. So it's like you're stretching the paper to the stitches to make sure that you know, they all sit flat, and you know that when you're working in it, it starts looking nicely. So there you go. So that's the first one. As I said, I always work from the middle and then go out, because it's easy to go out than go in, because then you're flipping too much. Sometimes when it's only just 3 signatures, it's kind of easy. The middle ones, when there's a 4 and onwards, gets a little bit tricky, but I just tend to sort of pull them back. I'll put it, you know, like a dog clip, or I'll use one of these just to hold these up out of the way so it feels like it's just one again. So yeah, I'm going to continue on and finish all of that off. So now that everything is sewn in, and see how it can actually lie flat, so the whole thing can actually lie flat from doesn't matter what way, because they've got that nice space apart, also giving room for it to you know, to be able to grow. See, sitting flat, it's literally everything sits nice and flat here. So I will just flip through and you can see what it actually looks like. I'll just move that out of the way. That's the ephemera stuff, which we'll be working on that. So as you can see, I was going to actually put some beading in here, but yeah, kind of got a little bit lazy. So let's just go through and have a look so far what we've got with all the tabs and everything, so that you can see what the actual journal is now looking like. And I'm actually loving the colour palette. It's very, very pretty. You know, you've got some, oh sorry, I should take it back, because okay, so in here, like I did, obviously you can see some sewing. I've stitched that on and made it like a little pocket tuck, and you've got another little pocket in here. And I might just grab one of those. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so I'll just grab this. Yeah, so you've got little pockets in here. It's just the center. If you want to add something on the strings, you can do that for yourself. So another pocket, and then I've sewn the fabric, the other side of it, and you can use that as a little pocket. This was a little bit long, so I sort of just did a tiny little bit of stitching on the side. I didn't go all the way through, so that's kind of open there. But yeah, so that's another little tuck there. And I've just cut and made that into a little tab, and I did that with the front one as well. Oh, that was paper tab and muslin, but yeah, see how that one there, I've cut that down so they sort of look like this on the sides. So yeah, and then on here I've just made that little tuck, tip in. I think I've actually sewn that on. No, I stuck this one on. I'm loving the colours of those together. It looks so pretty. Absolutely stunning. And then we've got the garden book, old vintage garden book. And then see how there's a gap in here? That is actually, you could potentially sew in another small journal in here if you wanted to. Or you could slide in like little envelopes, the stuffed envelopes just in there, because it gives you that room. But it also allows your journal to grow. So then we've just got some more sewn on to the side here, as you can see. And I've just done a bit of stitching down the edges. I've added some of that trim on this one. And I've added a bit of washi tape. And here I've just added another little tab up the top here, but using a paper clip. Just sewed on like a makeshift looking stamp. And this is also another pocket in the center here. Another tab, and yes, that's probably not ideal on that one. Maybe I might move that one because there's already a tab on that. I might stick that one in here. Yeah, I might stick that one on there. And I've sewn a little bit of lace on this one. Add a bit of washi, and I've sewn down the side here. I love how the leaves are just sort of seems like it's just hanging from the branch. And that's that other little tip in that I made. I actually sewed that one in, I think. Yes, I did. I sewed that one in. This was off that, remember that vintage flower that I showed you? Well, in the leaf. So I've sewn that on. And this is just some gathering of that crepe paper that I had. So I've just added that on the side. And this is like a little flip out, but I've actually added the tab. So the tab still sits normal, so when I sewed it, I sewed it down like that, so that way it still sits out. And obviously that's a little pocket from the envelope. And on this side, it is open as a pocket as well, but to seal it off, I've just wrapped around one of those vintage millinery flowers. Another tab here. It's flipped out, and then there's more of the tabs here. And that was that, again, same as that tip-in fabric. And that beautiful aqua. Oh, stunning. I just think this literally lifts this journal up. I think it's just beautiful. And then there's that sheer. I didn't end up using it for anything else, but perhaps, I don't know, like a page. I mean, if you wanted to, you can. I think it looks nice, actually. I think I like it. And then, of course, that's a little pocket, so if you've got something in there, it's kind of cute. And I've sewn some lace down the side. It looks like it's not really light in here, but it's so bright. I've added, again, I've ran that stitch down, but this time I just did it on the vellum or tracing paper. So it's kind of cute. It's got a little bit of a tab there. And I love the way that that's see-through. That's just so yummy. I love it. And then just got another, there's that one, remember I cut that envelope, so, and that's open again on that side to make it easy to flip open. Bit of that lemon silk ribbon, again the other side of that. And as you noticed, I didn't cut around the edges of that, I left it as is. And this was just like left over from, I think it was like an old dress or something that I found, and I only actually bought it because of this sheer fabric on it, so that I can rip the dress apart, because it was that and bright purple. I mean, it was very gaudy, but I just wanted it because I love the colour of this. This was many years ago, but so I was able to use that in this journal. And then there's that another little pocket just sitting in there. Actually, that looks kind of cute in there. I might leave that. Yep, so that sits in there. It's got a little bit of a tab, and there's the other side of that. Now, I didn't actually cut it down. I kind of like it overhanging, you know, on the top end on the side. Actually, I really like that little bottle in there. That's cute, super cute. Yeah, and with the yellow, mixing with the yellow there, and a bit of in the, yep, I'm keeping it. And that is it. That is the journal made, the hard copy. I'm loving all these little stringy bits. I'm loving how it looks in the colours. Actually, I kind of might just fold that bit in for the moment. Yeah, and yeah, so I'm just loving that beautiful goodness all hanging out of the top there. There might be extras, I don't know yet, but we can tie that off like so, and see how there's so much room to add all your goodness in. And now we're probably going to make some ephemera. So that is complete. That journal is complete. I did say I might stick some things around the edges. We'll see. I might even just put something over this as well. I don't know yet, but right now I'm just loving the way that it looks. I really am. So what I might actually do also, because this is a printable and it's actually teaching you how to make this, I'm actually thinking that with all of my trims that I've used in this, I might actually make some packs. You might have to wait until they arrive, but I was thinking I might do some packs and just have like just some little packs for you to be able to purchase if you want that same color palette, because it does look super stunning. You know, it does look gorgeous. So yeah, I'm rambling now. I'm going. Cha-cha. Love you. Bye.